We got something out of nothing. I have that leftover red lentil pasta, that conditional fail. And so I figured I'd give it another shot because it goes well with earthy flavors. And then I have half a quart of the bone broth that I made from that whole chicken. So why am I using it? I want to give it a benefit of the doubt. Was it the favorite? No. So in this case, it should pair well with the flavor profile and give it another shot in a different context, one that I feel should work in theory, and I'm just using what I got. One of the things that I enjoyed during my time as a chef, the walk-in special of the day, making family meal, going to the walk-in, what's in there, and usa lo que hay. All right. Bienvenidos de nuevo to Dennis' Sustainable Kitchen. So it's been a while. I don't have much in my fridge today. So I said, hey, let's do a quick something out of nothing. So I got 100 grams of onion, un poro or leek, 175 grams, 2 little stalks of celery, 80 grams, cebollita china, green onion, 60 grams. And here's something unique. Maybe you've seen it, maybe you haven't. Hongos was one. Setas is another word for it. But they're cinnamon mushrooms. Now, if you've never heard of a cinnamon mushroom, best way I could describe it is it's earthy. It's like the espresso shot de hongos. It has this like peppery kick at the end. Oh yeah, can't forget. I have that leftover red lentil pasta that was a conditional fail. And so I figured I'd give it another shot because it goes well with earthy flavors. And then I have half a quart of the bone broth that I made from that whole chicken. So essentially we got chicken and mushroom with some leek, some onion, and lentils, or masoor dal, right? So earthiness, sweetness, earthy, figured might work. And this is one of the times where it's good to have just like dry seasonings to give it a little bit of something. So I'll use a little bit of that. Salt, pimienta, and olive oil. That's all I got. First things first is get the water going for la pasta, the lentejas. Then you're gonna give the mushrooms a quick rinse. Now with mushrooms, different people do it different ways. Some don't rinse them with water at all. They just use a cloth to take off all the dirt. Personally, I like to rinse all my dirt off. So I rinse them right before I'm going to use them because otherwise they get mushroomy. They grow fungus. I'm just going to use the cap. And the stems, I could save them for stock. I planned this better. I could have boiled them in the bone broth to get some of that extra mushroomy flavor. This is one of those spur of the moment things. All right, so poro, leek, básicamente cebolla, right? So one of the things is this one, you want it to be really small. Now I'm probably going to be utilizing more leek than I should. Water's going. Now, if I recall correctly, this pasta took its full 10 minutes. All right, so get it underwater. Start with 9 minutes. Let that go. So essentially I'm making a chicken, mushroom, wet noodle soup. Chicken and lentil, chicken mushroom lentil. Think of a good name. Let me know what I should name this. All right, so let's get our thing cocinando over here. So I like a little bit of olive oil. Get the mushrooms in there. Those are gonna need some time. I like to add my first pinch of salt in there. Feel it helps extract flavor. Then as soon as that extracts a bit, I'll add the celery, go for a little bit, add the stock seasoning, and then just let it go. So the ideal thing would be that we finish this both at the same time. Go ahead and go with the leeks, celery. Notice the mushroom sucked up all the juice already. So it doesn't burn on the bottom. You see that there's like stickiness or stuff that sucks. We glaze it with a little bit of the liquid, meaning throw some liquid in there, in this case stock, and it loosens it up. And keep that because that's where Sabor's at. Also, if you find yourself in a bind that you left your pot too hot, just grab some water, plain water, toss that in there a little bit, and you glaze the bottom, cool down the pan, and you're not adding any flavor. You just got to boil the water out. Here we got about 3.5 minutes left on our noodles. Notice now the leeks themselves have released some juice, water. We're sweating out all the flavor. And then at the bottom, we got rid of all the little sticky stuff, the sooks. All right. And I'm going to add this stock. Crank it back up so it comes to a boil. Add some of the magical seasoning. See how that does. I wonder if that's still good. I bought this during COVID times. It's been in there a while. It's still raw. You can see it doesn't even want to bend all the way. It needs some heat. So I'll go plain and just crushed red pepper, a few chili flakes in there. Timer's going. I'll give it 1 more minute. So I'm going to add a little bit of the pasta water just for a bit of starch. It's going to help it to thicken up. So what's the point of this? The point is you can make hearty meal con lo que tienes, right? So the mushrooms, the lentil pasta, which is nice, high in protein and fiber, the bone broth that I made, it's also high in protein. And of course, we got like the onion, celery, all the cruciferous vegetables that are good for anti-inflammation. And it's light on the stomach. So if you're like tired of eating like heavy food, especially in the evening, or con masa frío, it's a good like comforting dish. And I'm just using what I got. One of the things that I enjoyed during my time as a chef was the walk-in special, the special of the day, making family meal. Go into the walk-in, what's in there, and usa lo que hay. So figure it out with what you have. And so right now, as at home, I'm doing the same thing, right? So I'm still using that carcass or that leftover carcass chicken to make a broth, a couple pieces of celery, mushroom, and then I'm using that leftover pasta, which we'll see how it tastes. Give it a benefit of the doubt. Was it the favorite? No. Remember, the conditional fail. In this case, it should pair well with the flavor profile and give it another shot in a different context. The broth is good. If you don't like seeing the leak and all of that, you could throw it in the blender, puree it, and then you're going to get a silky smooth soup. Could have done that too. Sometimes we're in a hurry, right? We got like half hour. This is roughly half hour to make. And it's with all that waste. The chicken carcass I was going to get thrown away. Leftover leek, leftover conditional failed pasta. So money, I'm not spending any. I'm using the leftover change. Waste, hardly any. And sabor. Sabor is good. Concentrated. So para la comida latina, it's like fideo. Sopa seca. Same version. There we go. Now we got a little bit of the sweetness of the pasta. More than anything, I'm really curious to see how the lentils came out. Give the pasta that benefit of the doubt. So finishing oil, plain olive oil. There you go. Let's say that's under a half hour, but we're giving the noodles another shot. Interesting. They held up. They're not falling apart. They are a little more, they're still like al dente. So if you don't like stiff noodles, period, this is definitely not going to be it. It pairs well with the broth and the mushrooms. So I think I go back to it's a conditional pasta. It has a purpose. It's only specific partners that it can dance with. Or it's not a universal one size fits all. But I still think it's good. I think it's that back pocket option. It's gluten-free, high in fiber. So if you're plant-based, it's a good pasta. Good option. I would not say it's the go-to option, but it's an option for a specific meal. Needless to say, it's not something I would just stock in my pantry. So something out of nothing. I spent no money. I got rid of all my waste, trash. So what is there? So leftover carcass, leftover vegetable trimmings, leftover unique pasta, and I think you had a meal for at least 3. But if you don't like it chunky, blend it and it'll look creamy. Finish it off with some oil. It'll look a little fancier. The flavor is there. So thank you for joining, and like, subscribe, give your fridge something out of nothing try, and let me know how it goes.